everyone, Ideogram has a new release and this is for removing the background. So they just updated their remove background. It worked pretty good before, but now it works even better. So I'm going to show you, do some examples of some designs that usually would not get the background removed really nicely. And I'm going to show you how good it is today. So let's get into Ideogram. Let's not waste any time and I'll show you some examples of how good it is today with the new update. Alright, so before we get into Ideogram's homepage, I wanted to show you this. They always do this for any new releases and stuff. They have their own landing page, so you can kind of see examples of it. Like, take a look at this. It's pretty cool how it's removing the background. Let me show. This is kind of more what we want to see, like t-shirt stuff. It just removes it pretty cool. And in between here, usually it would have a hard time in between there. Let's see another one. This one, like, look how good it does it. It's crazy, right? And this one would be a t-shirt design too. So I'll put a link in the description to this landing page. You can read more about it. You can hit try now and it'll take you to Ideogram, but just some examples and can read up more about it, how this works, and kind of comparing Ideogram to some of the other background removers that are out there right now. So I'm not going to read all of this, but you can see how good it is. So I'm going to just go into Ideogram. I have a few likes of designs that I'm going to do. So some really hard ones I liked here. Like you can see some rough stuff that usually in times past wouldn't have worked. So I'm just going to go through starting from here down this way. So let's do this one. Stay quiet. I think I'm in the way here, so I'm going to move myself on this side. And you can see it's just the remove background, the same remove background button, but it just does it better. So let me do that. I'm going to hit remove background, and you can see it's thinking about it. You can also view it in creations if you want. This one is doing a circle, and I think this would work for a patch and t-shirt as well. It just keeps everything in a circle. I didn't ask it for a circle. It just figured that it's in a circle shape, so it works. So I think this is a good way to do it. It's a really clean circle, by the way, too. Let me show you another one. I'll go back to my likes. Let's do this one where it's kind of not a circle. So let's see what happens to this one when I hit remove background. Now, typically it would be really hard to kind of get into these trees right here and some of these other blacks, but look at this. Boom. Totally knocked out the trees and everything. Everything that was black was taken out. Now, you can see what this would look like on different colors. So if you hit this, I believe it puts it on that. You can do the color here and just put it on dark, or you could pick a color. So if you're on here and you're like, what does this look like on a dark blue or a red or whatever, I think this is a really cool addition that they have here. So you can see it may not do that well just because of the colors in red, but if like you do like a darker blue like this, that actually works really well. And a kind of like a gray I think would work really well too. So you can kind of get an idea of what t-shirts you might want to pick for this design. So you can kind of get an idea. Here's another one that typically would be really hard to do because we got a lot of blacks in here and black in there. And so let's see what it does. Remove background. We want this on a black t-shirt or a dark t-shirt like the Nessie one. And let's see how well it does now. You can see it right here, and it does it perfectly. There's no black in here, so we can kind of click this again, see what it would look like on black, see what it looked like on a dark blue, and it works. Like, wow. It knocked everything out. There's no black, right? You can see that there's no black in there, so it's pretty cool that it does that. No problem. But you think it would not be able to do some of like these really small intricate things. It does it no problem. So let's go forward. This one right here again would be usually would take some time to, or get it wrong. It would usually in times past like not take out some of these trees in here or not take out this black in here. Let's see what it does. This is kind of a t-shirt that's very popular on Amazon right now with the vintage sunset, and we can see, boom, takes it out. Let's see what it looks like on a dark t-shirt. Yeah, so it kind of has almost like an opacity kind of thing where it did it here. Didn't totally knock it out, but it didn't totally make it black. You can see there's kind of like a gray opacity thing going on there, which could work on dark t-shirts. And here, I think this would work best on black, but we could do some gray here and you can kind of see the difference. All right, let's do some more here. This is another one. I didn't want to just do dark t-shirts. I wanted to see how it would look like on a light t-shirt. And let's see how this does. This one shouldn't be too hard, but sometimes, like in times past, it would not knock out some of these in the letters here, and it does it no problem. So let's see. Like you can see, you can now put this on darker colors and other colors, and it will show right through. See how it got the inside of the O and inside of the R and things like that, and it just does a fantastic job. All right, more here. This one is one that could give it some trouble because you got some designs in here, like this distress texture is typically very hard to take the background out of it with traditional remove backgrounds. At least in times past on here, it would like leave a lot of black in there. So let's see what this one does. Like we know that it can do the top, like just the love football and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, I think it did it. It's just white, right? So let's test this theory. Yeah, look, the color is showing through these. So if I do red, I think it's a better one. The color is showing through that. It totally removed it. So much better than before. Okay, here's two more. Let's do this one, remove background. So like, I don't think this one's harder than the one before, but yeah, does it pretty quick. You can see in real time, I'm not even waiting a minute. It does it pretty well, and we can kind of see what this does here and on different colors. Last one, not that this is the hardest, but again, another vintage sunset, some really intricate blacks in here. And let's remove the background. It should do pretty well. I'm gonna hit remove background here. This one's kind of tight in between, so let's see what happens. It did remove the background on a bunch of them. Let's see. Yeah, so we still got a little bit, so maybe this one's just a little tight and it didn't do the black one here, but overall I think it did pretty well on all of these right here. Let's take a look at some of these again. Remember this one and that one, like I was amazed on how well it did it on this one, like in between here. So I think it's still way better than what we had before, and amazing on some of this distress textures and stuff like that. So give it a try. It's free now. It's for people, anybody that use Ideogram. So whether you're on the paid plan or the free plan, it's right here, the remove background. Let me know in the comments how well you did, if it did it good for you guys. I think like we can see like most of these worked really well. So I am impressed by it. I'm going to continue to use it and probably upscale it too, and then get even better results. So you can even bring in your design, I think, and use the remove background. I didn't do that because like they have so many good AI stuff and AI generated things here already, but I think it would work for your designs if you made it somewhere else and bring it in. Let me know in the comments if you've done that as well. So there you go, that's remove background, or the new improved remove background on Ideogram. Let me know if you made it this far in the video. Put in remove background in the comments. If you want to see another thing that they did recently, it is their new models. So I'm going to put that video right here. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think it's really cool that they added some of these as well. They're always upgrading and doing new things. So keep an eye out for the next thing that they come up with. I'll make sure to review it. Thanks again for watching. And as always, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.